I'm a little bit nervous, so bear with me. I remember 3 years ago, I was sitting in the 8th grade, and I was in math class, so y'all know I was asleep. I remember my friend waking me up. He told me it was a high school recruiter here. Now, on the outside, I wasn't sweating, but on the inside, I was spazzing out because I didn't even know what high school I was going to. So the door opens up, and I see this tall, bald guy with a nice suit walk in. And he kind of reminds me of an FBI agent. I didn't know if I was getting recruited for high school or the Secret Service. So he starts to speak, and the more he talks, the more I want to find out for myself. He tells me how the school can offer me different opportunities. So after class, I pull him to the side, and I started asking him more about the school, because it's a new school. But he asks me, what is one of your interests? I say comic books, and he walks away. Now, I'm sitting here clueless because I couldn't really ask anybody else, so I decided to go. Because he spoke with honesty and like he had a plan for me. So let me fast forward. It's the first day of school, and I'm fresh. I mean, fresh shoes, new clothes, new cut, and a one-strap backpack, so you know it was serious. But no matter how fresh I was, I couldn't shake this nervous and anxious feeling that I wasn't going to fit in, that I wouldn't understand what they were teaching me. So I walk in the building, into the auditorium, because we had a Monday meeting, and he's going to tell me how the day was going to go, and I had to go to class. My first class was robotics. Oh, yes, I said robotics. You heard me. I'm a cool guy. I do cool things. And one thing I couldn't forget was my robotics teacher, Mrs. Warzila. She was this bright and exciting person. She made the atmosphere electric, no pun intended. But that wasn't my first impression of her. My first impression of her, I thought she was crazy. Because the first thing she said when I walked in was, I'm going to teach you how to talk to machines. And she was facing the board. She jumps around and screams at me. Let me show you what she says. Ones and zeros. And she was pregnant. She had a zero around her stomach and a run across the chest. I don't know whether to run or sit in my seat. It was coding. It was new to me, but it was amazing. Oh, and y'all remember that FBI agent? Oh, yeah, my principal, who now refers to himself as Denzel Washington. Oh, yeah, I didn't let him forget. Each time I had a chance, I brought up my comic book club. We'd have a bad day, I'd crack a joke. So about that comic book club. He'll be walking down the hallway, I hit him out the corner. So about that comic book club. Until he said, if I get 20 or more signatures, we can make it happen. So that whole day, I ran around collecting signatures in some of the most awkward places. Bathrooms weren't off limits. So at the end of the day, I got all my signatures, and it turned out great. Just like this school. By the middle of the year, I was doing so much stuff. Leadership team, robotics, JROTC, and I was captain of the comic book club. And I chose them. I had a voice here, and I loved it. Another thing I learned from being at a new school is to take my education more seriously. I was a class clown, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I joked my way through 6th and 8th grade, but this school and its teachers changed my view of things. And I sit here and think, if I hadn't made the choice to come to this school, I wouldn't have experienced all these new things, and I wouldn't have thought of a life after high school. You know, I have to thank my FBI man and all the teachers at PACT.